Hey everyone, so I am super excited to be joined once again by my E3 buddy, and we're so glad we get to do this every year.
Once
Scott
a year.
Rohde,
Once
or should
a year.
I say Scott Brody?
Brody.
It was very cute that you guys all did that. Okay, so let's get right into it. Press conference was huge. Hour and 45 minutes of just amazing content, one after another. What most excited you?
There's so many ways I can answer that. So the fact
We
that
got time.
we have a lot of time. So revealing the Lycans in the order. That was very exciting to me, that the enemies in that game have been kind of shrouded in this cloud of mystery for a long time. And for everyone to be able to see that transformation in the game now gives me chills to think about that. And then we can go right into Entwined after that. So what an exciting story for me to see those kids. I will always call them kids. They were all in school a year ago. And then they're up on stage in the biggest press conference of the show, releasing their game to the world on the spot.
So talk a little bit about that. How did you get involved with these? It's two schools, right? Of two different video game design schools that you got involved with?
Well, specifically what happened was our San Mateo studio, headed by Connie Booth, they got involved with CMU. And they have a video game program there, and we put a little investment in there to sponsor that program. And most of those kids are from the first graduating class. They came in, they had a game jam essentially, and came up with all sorts of concepts. And this is the one we all went for. And over time, it just evolved into this beautiful game. They were mentored by industry veterans on the team.
So cool.
In fact, our art director, Jeff, on this project, he's also teaches a class at San Jose State. So he brought a couple of his ACE students in to do some of the artwork towards the end. So that opening sequence with the bird and the fish, that was done by these twin girls from San Jose State.
Oh, cool.
It's just a heartwarming story from start to finish. And I'm so happy that it's real now.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And the fact that you guys were able to release it like during the press conference, you can order it now and go home and it'll be waiting for you by the time you get home. That was really special.
That was exciting. We call that our Beyonce moment. It was very cool.
Did they freak out when they got off stage? Were they all nervous?
They freaked out before they went on stage, after. So I love this story. As we're walking out, we're walking out from behind the press conference in the maze of curtains back there, and as I'm letting them out, Kojima walks by, and they brush shoulders with Kojima, and they they didn't know what to talk. It was awesome. It was awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was good.
And it's such a beautiful game. You know, it could come across when you're looking at it as somewhat simple, but it's really not. It's really complex. And the fact that you have to control the bird and the fish with the different, controllers on each side and make them work together.
Yeah.
It's abstractly, it's a really beautiful story, but as far as gameplay, it's a really interesting design.
It is, and it's different every time. It's very zen. There's a really cool challenge mode that isn't very zen. That's very, you want to try to beat everyone and beat your friends. It's very cool. Very cool game.
That's a very cool game. I know Ryan has a lot more coming up with them later.
Yeah.
So now after that, the beautiful zen-like quality of that game, let's transition into Bloodborne.
Oh my goodness.
That game is bloody and gory and beautiful all at the same time.
It is, and it's hard to say that about a game, but literally about an hour ago, I just saw the latest that we have here at the show. It absolutely blew my mind. Everyone in the room sat there with their jaws dropped because it is, like you said, it's so beautiful. When you're attacking these boss monsters, they're just dripping with grittiness and there's blood. I mean, it's a very appropriate name. It's a very appropriate name. Let me just leave it at that. It's absolutely gorgeous. Those guys at From Software, I mean, they really have something special there. I'm really excited to see what people think about Bloodborne.
I know. We've been saying that the line here in the booth is just wrapping around.
I see the line right now. It doesn't even look like a line. It's more like a cluster.
Yeah, they're waving. Hi, guys. Yeah, it is. It's just like a big cluster in front of that booth, and it's been that way the entire time.
That's awesome.
It's just the morning of day 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. There's not a lot out about it, but what people are seeing about it, they're really excited.
Very cool.
Yeah, Anthony made a joke on Twitter during the press conference that he squealed as loud for Bloodborne as I did for Little Big Planet 3, which it was pretty cute. But
you know what else I want to talk about? I'll just go for it.
Go for it. Let's do it.
No Man's Sky. So this was a game that's done by Hello Games, something that was signed by Shahid over in our European office. Something we're so proud of. I mean, these guys have done something utterly amazing. There are 4 people on that team.
And to look at the scope of just the landscape and know that there's only 4 people working on that game.
It's unbelievable.
Their creativity blows my mind.
It's unbelievable. And again, similar to what I said with Entwine, to see those guys come onto the show floor and see their creation up on one of the world's biggest screens, on the world's biggest stage, they were just blown away, and I'm so happy for the team. And it looks amazing. Can't wait to play it.
I know. He had me, Robert Heinlein, when he was talking about it in the intro, and I was like, Stranger in a Strange Land? Sign me up. I'll be there. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else? What about that's coming up? I know we've got some things that are going to be released throughout the summer and coming into the fall. What are you most looking forward to playing? I know you don't get a lot of time to play.
I play a lot. I'm very excited.
You make the time.
That's right. You have to make the time. I mean, I talked about it earlier. I'm excited about Infamous First Light. Speaking of playing a lot, proud to say that I have earned my Platinum Trophy in Infamous Second Son. Very cool game. Wow, Octodad is clapping for me right now. It's very cool.
Thank you, Octodad.
So Infamous First Light is something I'm very much looking forward to towards the end of the summer, to learn a little bit more about Fetch and kind of learn about her origins and see how that plays into the story. Very excited about that.
Very cool.
Also excited, I mean, I could talk here for a long time, so be careful here.
Hey, until they cut you off, you just keep going.
So one of the things that we're debuting here at the show is a little title from Valkyrie Entertainment called Guns Up.
Yes.
That's going to be a free-to-play. Have you taken a chance to look at this?
No, we've seen it, but I've not had a chance to play it. I love that there's like this resurgence of games like that. They're all coming back, and it's amazing.
Highly recommend when you're on one of your little breaks, not that you have many, but go check this out because it's amazing. It's so incredible easily to pick up, right? You just, anyone can come up. You don't have to have anyone explaining to you what to do, and everyone that has seen it has absolutely loved it. It's sort of a side-scrolling, RTS-like cartoony military strategy game. I don't even know how to put it.
I think that's a really good explanation about it.
Everybody loves it, so highly recommend you check that out.
It's so fun. It is. It's like, well, there's been this huge, resurgence in the past, like 5 years, whatever, of casual gaming, and a lot of people are getting into it. And I think games like that make gaming more accessible to people that maybe are not so, in depth with a controller.
Absolutely.
And they can just pick it up. They don't want to get into a big narrative story. Something like that would just be so fun.
It's one of the things I love about one of the things I love about PlayStation is that you've got these amazing games like the ones I'm seeing right here in front of me, like Bloodborne and Drive Club, which by the way looks absolutely amazing now too.
And now they're throwing weather in there, as if I wasn't bad enough at driving games, and now you're changing the weather conditions on me. Oh, here we're going to give you a slippery track, Mare. Great, thanks.
By the way, those effects are incredible.
Yeah?
They're very, very cool. Can't wait for people to see that. But again, one of the things I love about PlayStation is the big games like Bloodborne and Drive Club are here. We surprise you with Little Big Planet 3.
Yeah.
I think that kind of came out of nowhere for a lot of people.
Yes, out of nowhere.
Very cool. But then there's all these smaller games. There's Hohokum, there's Counter Spy, there's Helldivers, there's Guns Up. There's just so many different things. And then there's all the indies.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't end.
It's a playground for everybody.
It is.
Whether you're a first-party, third-party indie, it doesn't matter. PlayStation is so welcoming. There's so many different
They pay
types
me
of
to do this, too. They pay me to do this. I don't understand. Yeah. So.
All right, well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have. But thank you so much for joining me. It's always such a pleasure talking with you.
PlayStation